Hello friends, myself Ashutosh. I am studying in Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune. This is my first video on YouTube. Today I am going to explain you about the human heart. This is a small introductory video on human heart. The human heart is a complex structure. It is divided mainly into two different parts called as atriums and ventricles. The upper two chambers are called as atriums, that is right atrium and left atrium, while the lower two chambers are called as ventricles. Those are right ventricle and left ventricle. Heart. It is located into the thoracic cavity in the center and slightly tilted towards left. Now we will see how the human heart works. The deoxygenated blood from the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava and the coronary arteries enters into the uppermost chamber of the heart, which is right atrium. Then this blood is passed over to the right ventricle at the junction, or we can say it as the opening where the blood from the right atrium enters to the right ventricle. At that point a valve is present which is called as tricuspid valve. This tricuspid valve is present at the base of right atrium. This valve prevents the backflow of the blood from the right ventricle to right atrium. Now, this deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle is carried away to the lungs with the help of pulmonary arteries. Here also an valve is present which prevents the backflow of the blood from the pulmonary arteries to right ventricles. That valve is called as pulmonary valves. Pulmonary arteries carries the blood from the heart to the lungs for the oxygenation of blood. After that, the deoxygenated blood from the lungs get oxygenated and again enters to the heart in the left atrium with the help of pulmonary veins. Now, in the left atrium, we have the oxygenated blood. Now, it's time to distribute the oxygenated blood to the different body organs. So for this, oxygenated blood enters to the left ventricle, and here the backflow is prevented with the help of valve called as mitral valve. Left ventricle is having the most powerful muscles than rest of the heart, because this portion is an important portion which is going to carry the blood to the different body organs. From here, the oxygenated blood enters to the aorta, which is going to carry oxygenated blood to the various body organ, and at its base an aortic valve is present which will prevent the backflow of the blood. So this was about the working of the heart. Now the heart, the cardiac vascular function. The cardiac vascular function here, it is heart, arteries, veins and bloods. What are the main functions of this is transportation of the blood, carries oxygenation, nutrients, waste and hormones, movement provided by the pumping of the heart. Second, cardiac tissues. The heart is covered by the different types of the tissues. The outermost tissue are called as pericardium or epicardium. Pericardium is a membrane of the heart to the diaphragm and the sternum. Pericardium secretes lubricants, serous fluids. Epicardium is an outermost muscle tissue. The middle layer, which is called as the myocardium, it contains the contractile muscle fiber, which because of which the heart pumping action is carried out. The innermost layer is called as endocardium, lines cardiac chamber. The third is cardiac chamber. Human heart has four chambers, which we have seen earlier, two arteries and two ventricles. The superior one, the primary receiving chambers, do not actually pump the blood. The blood flows into artery, and two ventricles which basically pumps the blood, which because of its contradictory action, the blood sent out to the heart plus circulated throughout the body. Chambers are separated by the septum. What septum is? It is a part in the heart because of which the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood are kept separated from each other. Due to this separation of the chamber, heart functions as a double pump organ. The fourth one is pulmonary circulation. Circulation basically is divided into the two parts, pulmonary circulation and the systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation is basically an deoxygenated blood carrying circulation, which involves right side of the heart. Pathway is from the superior and inferior vena cava. It enters to the right atrium. The backflow is oriented by the tricuspid valve. Then it enters into the right ventricle. From right ventricle, it enters to the left pulmonary artery, the backflow, where it is prevented by the pulmonary semilunar valve. And from the left pulmonary arteries, the blood enters into the lungs. After that, we are having the systemic circulation. Systemic circulation is basically an oxygenated blood carrying circulation, which involves the left side of the heart and the body. From the left pulmonary vein, the left pulmonary vein, the blood enters to the left atrium, where the valve is present, which is called as the bicuspid valve. From that, the left ventricle, the blood is entered to the aorta, where the backflow is prevented by the aortic semilunar valve. And from aorta, the blood is distributed all over the body to the organs and the tissues. Here we can see in this slide we can see the valves which are present, like from the right atrium to the right ventricle we are having the tricuspid valve. From after that, when the blood enters from the right ventricle to the right ventricle to the pulmonary valve we are having there. After that, we are having the mitral valve at the junction of the left atrium and left ventricle, and the aortic valve at the left ventricle and the aorta. The amazing facts we are knowing here is the heart. The size of the heart is of your own fist. The size of your fist can determine the size of your heart. In a minute we are having the 70 times our heart beats, that is equal to 4200 beats an hour, 1 lakh beats per day, 365 million beats per year, 30 billion beats in an average lifespan of 80 years. An adult heart pumps about 7500 liters of blood on the daily basis. That was all from my side. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.